12 years after the original set the standard, the sequel sells over 1 million copies on opening day. 30 guys, 3 days, 1 house. Chris Puckett has the latest from the 6-team land adventure in Chicago. And the new MLG CEO Sundance DiGiovanni drops in to discuss his new gig. Hit the pause, set down your controller. It's time for the Old Spice Report. Welcome everyone to the all-new Old Spice Report. I'm Shibby.
And I'm Chris Puckett, and that video you just watched was me getting destroyed by Halo 3 Pro Cloud.
And that's the kind of exciting content we'll be bringing you here on the Old Spice Report, including the latest news, tech updates, and interviews from around the industry.
And guys, we want you to interact with us throughout the show. You'll be able to send us your tweets and ask questions for our special interview guest at the end of the show.
That's right. Later on, we'll be sitting down with the new CEO of Major League Gaming, Sundance DiGiovanni.
Partying with the boss.
That's right. It's going to be awesome.
Heck yeah, dude. All right, guys, so for those of you out there who know how to operate a computer, this is your first challenge. Email your interview questions for Sundance to oldspicereport@mlgpro.com. If your questions don't suck, we might use them right here on the show a little bit later on.
That's right. Okay, while we wait for your questions to come in, we like to go into a little segment we call the Scope Out. Woo! Yeah, all right, so the Scope Out is where we take topics from the news, toss them rapid fire style at Puckett. Puckett, you ready? You ready now?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, so StarCraft 2 hit stores on July 27th and not only became one of the fastest selling games of 2010, but it's also one of the fastest selling PC games of all time. Puckett, what's the big deal?
Well, Shibby, StarCraft has been considered the best real-time strategy game of all time. But that's not the case anymore. 12 years after the release of the original, Blizzard has finally launched StarCraft 2. And I have to say, guys, I love everything about this new game. After years of development and 7 months of beta testing, the end result is 3 perfectly balanced races and bug-free gameplay. This may be the single best competitive title out there for any platform right now, and I have to say, I'm super pumped to have it on the MLG Pro Circuit.
That's right. Just last week, MLG announced that StarCraft 2 will be joining the Pro Circuit in Raleigh. Some great news for our PC gamers, but let's switch gears and go to a game development announcement that rocked Comic-Con a few weeks ago. Street Fighter X Tekken. Puckett?
Well, Shibby, there's been a few updates since Comic-Con, and guys, these 2 titles will not be seen for at least 2 years, according to a Capcom producer. And yeah, I said 2 titles. Both Capcom and Namco are developing different projects, with each game taking place in their respective world. Street Fighter X Tekken will be on the traditional 2D plane, while Tekken X Street Fighter will be in the 3D world. The major concern is if the 2 studios will be able to find a balance between the game mechanics and characters. Regardless, it'll be pretty interesting to see how it all pans out.
All right, final topic. Bungie released a VIG doc entitled Forge World. Puckett, what do you think?
Well, one word, Shibby, to sum this one up. Incredible. The possibilities in the new and improved Forge are endless.
Incredible.
That's right, dude. Check it out. They have some brand new maps as well as classic maps in the video. Lockout, Ascension, Sanctuary, and Blood Gulch were just a few of the ones shown. But I'm even more interested in creating the new custom maps here, guys. With all the new tools, we can expect to see better maps, bigger maps, and of course, we'll be seeing some brand new custom maps played on the MLG Pro Circuit.
That's right. The Halo Reach and the new Forge tools look totally awesome. I know Puckett and we're going to be rebuilding the ultimate obstacle course ever created and known to man, the Aggro Crag. But we want to hear from you. Head over to twitter.com/OldSpiceReport right now. Tell us what kind of map you would make and what you would call it.
If your tweet makes us laugh, not only will we show it live on the show, we'll also send you one of our brand new MLG t-shirts available at Hot Topic stores around the country.
That's right. Show us your tweets, win a free t-shirt. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamonds. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
Old Spice Odor Blocker Body Wash is so powerful it can block BO for 16 hours. Its blocking power is as powerful as me.
Yeah, it is.
Who said that? Is that my left bicep? No, it was my
Abdominals.
Odor Blocker Body Wash is too powerful to let this commercial in. Block! Building kit! Explosion! Power!
Old Spice body wash can't block odor for 16 hours.
What? This one does, dummy. It's super powerful odor blocker body wash. Oh! Power!
All right, before the break, we asked you to tweet what kind of map you would make in Halo Reach and what you'd name it. But, Puckett, while we wait for the tweets to come in, I want to talk about your adventure.
That's right, dude. Guys, just a couple weeks ago, 6 of our top 8 Halo 3 teams got together for a LAN outside of Chicago. For the good of the show, I cashed in my frequent flyer miles and went along for the ride. Check it out.
What's up, guys? It's Puckett. I'm in New York right now, and in about 2 hours, I'll be in Chicago at the 6-team LAN.
As any pro will tell you, the best practice comes from a LAN where your opponent is right in the room with you. For years, the best LANs have been held at Mr. Pinocchio's house in Chicago, Illinois. Alright, so we just got back from the airport. We're now at the Pinocchio house. 6 of the top 8 Halo 3 teams are here to LAN. Let's check it out. Mr. P!
Puckett, how you doing, man? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to have you. Come on in.
Mr. P gave me a quick tour of the upstairs, but I was more excited to see another part of the house.
Now for my favorite part of the house, the basement.
All right, so first off, 6-team LAN, that's what, at least 24 guys. How many of them are down here?
I would say probably close to 18 down here sleeping right now.
Should we go wake them up?
100%.
Let's
go.
do it. Oh my goodness.
We got the 2 stations, 16 in total. All MLG equipped with ViewSonics. Got Astros on every one. Full setup for everybody, exactly like it is with MLG.
So this is the LAN network.
This is it. This is where it all goes down. But let's wake up some of these guys.
It's a sleeping
It's a
Lammy.
Lammy.
And a Demon D.
The D sleeping.
And a Maniac.
What a maniac.
Good morning. We're gonna salt and enable. Check this out, back to back. The 2009 best overall player Hines is in the red sleeping bag. Good morning, buddy. This is awesome. So we just woke the guys up. I think we're about ready to LAN. Let's do it. Over the course of the weekend, the pros logged over 700 hours of practice time. But my favorite part of the weekend was hanging out when they weren't practicing. Tots took me for a ride on the Segways. Those things were awesome. Did some racing down on Daytona. Had a Dr. Pepper chug-off between new Straight Rippin' members Soldier and Ghost Ayami. Played some old school Halo 1 with Ogre 2. He still got it, kids. I made dinner with Mrs. P. That's right, we're forking a pig. Got dominated in Octagon by Cloud. A new record. Did laundry with the interns. Studied with Victor X. He's a college boy. Grilled out with Dr. Bravo, the grill master. Blow-dried my hair with the Final Boss team. Gardened with Enable.
This is Ginger.
Did yoga with Lammy. He was a great teacher. Tanned with Neighbor. And dominated Maniac in basketball.
Yeah, Maniac! What?
But he beat me in the backflip contest.
God, that was awesome.
That backflip hurt so bad.
What was your favorite part of the weekend?
Favorite part, riding the Segways was pretty sweet with the shirtless tots, of course, but I'd have
it's
to
not
say...
very safe at all.
Not safe at all. Road rash.
No.
But no, guys, seriously though, my favorite part had to have been playing Cloud in Octagon. I've never been thrashed in any game so hard. He killed me 347 times in 15 minutes. The kid's just ridiculous.
That's terrible. We got to roll that video again. Please show that video again. All right, so let me break it down for you. Here's Cloud. Notice the missed shots.
Exactly. That's a triple kill already. He's killed me 4 times. It's been about 5 seconds. And then the domination just continues. Jumping in the air with no shield, he connects and keeps the spawn trap on. Killionaire. That was 1 of 9 in that game, dude. The kid absolutely destroyed me. I've never been embarrassed, but I'm actually kind of proud for setting the record of most deaths against Cloud ever.
Nice. So Cloud dominated the 1v1, but Puckett, honestly, you went to the LAN. What did you get out of the LAN, and who do you expect to look out for in Raleigh?
Now, I did have a lot of fun hanging out with the guys, but I also did watch a lot of Halo 3, and I have to say, 2 teams really surprised me. Trigger's Down looks a lot stronger after picking up Best Man, but the real team to watch is going to be Believe the Hype in Raleigh. This looks like an all-star lineup. Snipe Down, Hines added to the roster. It's going to be nasty. Expect them to go super far in the bracket in Raleigh.
That's right. So you heard it first. Puckett calling Believe the Hype to be the team to watch in Raleigh, but let's get back to the tweets.
That's right. So, guys, it looks like we have a winner here. This one is coming from, I'm reading on my iPad, see that? All right, this one is coming from at MLG Game Over. You ready for this one? The map will be called Shibby and Puckett map. It's an obstacle where in the end you die. It's exciting at first, leaves you breathless in the end. I don't know, he's a kiss ass and I like it. Thanks, Game Over. I'm sending you a t-shirt.
Yeah. Game Over, congratulations. Hope you enjoy your t-shirt. But now, it's time for some stuff count on the computer.
It's an air horn.
This video right
nice
here.
Nice tweet, you nerd.
This video.
All right, guys, so check it out here. He's got a kid wearing jorts.
Problem 1.
Nothing good can happen here. Poor kid. He's so good. He's so good. Oh! That's what you get for wearing jorts, kid. Absolutely destroyed.
Honestly,
that was freaking awesome.
I'd only do that if the wall was made of ice cream.
He would do it too. Guys, we're going to a commercial. We'll be right back.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamonds. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
Old Spice odor blocker body wash. Black, 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 black odor for 16 hours. Power.
Did you know women prefer Old Spice for their men 1 bajillion times more than lady-scented body washes? Did you know that I'm riding this horse backwards? Yeah!
Hey, Puckett.
What's that?
Do you know what sound I love?
Steaks on the grill, squirrel farts, and whales talking underwater.
Yes. Yeah, you got me. I like those.
Pretty solid picks, right?
I was referring to the melodious tone of the Pakistani accent.
Oh, well, then you're in luck, my friend. Here is D-Mac with our Danish apps.
It's Danish, man. We just talked about this. Welcome to Danish Apps, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Danish McBull, and I'm going to bring you the coolest apps that you need to have on your iPhone. Now, I've never been much of an app lover myself, so when the project was handed to me, I really wasn't that enthusiastic. But as I dug into the app world, guys, and realized all it had to offer, I was wowed to say the least. Now, on July 6, 2010, Villain, an independent producer of portable game titles, released Archetype, and in my opinion, the best first-person shooter to ever hit the iPhone. Archetype is a multiplayer-only first-person shooter, and honestly, imagine a mini Halo on your iPhone. You could play lagless games on your Wi-Fi network, or you could jump on a 3G network and get quality gameplay as well. Now, I'm about to jump into the game. On this demonstration, I'm going to jump on the iPad, but you could get this on your iTouch, iPhone, or iPad. It doesn't matter. Let's get into the game. main menu. Now, there's a couple things you can do. You have your own buddy list. You also have your own profile. Let's check that out. As you can see, MLG DMAC. I got my 26 experience. You could even post it on Facebook, guys. Start match. You have 3 options. You have training. You could challenge somebody 1v1, or there's a 5-on-5 team deathmatch. Let's get into that. And guys, you have to remember, Archetype has over 160,000 unique users. You're always going to find a game. Alright, now as we get into the game, the one thing you'll notice right away, the exceptional graphics Archetype has provided. Now, I just picked up a pistol. I'm going to be moving. And guys, you'll notice these maps are nice and small, very symmetrical. You could play 5-on-5 very comfortably. You could also play 1-on-1. The maps are made very nicely. Now I just picked up the shotgun. That's probably the best weapon in the game. You could choose from an axe, rocket, shotgun, pistol, assault rifle, super assault rifle. Archetype has it all. With excellent graphics, brilliant gameplay, and awesome controls, Archetype really sets the standard, a real high standard, for future first-person shooters on the iPhone. Now, I'm going to keep on playing this, but Shibby and Puckett, you guys have a show to finish. So back to you.
God, I love that voice.
It's delicious.
And speaking of voices I love, we are now joined by the new MLG CEO, Mr. Sundance DiGiovanni. Sundance, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me. Dude. Good job so far, guys.
Oh, thank you. This has been fun.
You're looking good today, especially that chest hair.
Well, thank you. I worked on it my whole life.
Now, Sundance, at the start of the show, we asked our community to send us some questions here. And we got our first question here coming from Zach, who asked, Sundance, we know that you've been the co-founder, but we just heard you're the CEO. What's going on?
Well, it was time for me to take over. I mean, going back to the beginning when Mike and I started the business, I was the creative guy, kind of off on the side, thinking about what we're going to do for the community, what the events are going to look like. And recently it was time for me to kind of step up and take a leadership role. So that's what I've done.
So with your new leadership role, what vision do you have for MLG?
Well, the vision is actually, nothing's really changed with the vision. The vision is what it's always been. The idea is we want to be the best place in the world to go for competitive video games. We want the community, we want the fans, everybody just to know that MLG is the place where this activity is really embraced and where it's done right. And that's always been the vision, honestly.
All right, Sundance, I got another question here from Matt, who says, what game are you most excited about having on the pro circuit? StarCraft 2 or Halo Reach?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm going to be so much better than you at Halo Reach.
Oh, really? I've actually played it. Have you?
The beta, but
it doesn't count.
Can you go into more detail on what game you played and then answer that question?
So I like them both. I like them both a lot.
Sweet.
So StarCraft is, for us, is good. It brings us into the PC world. It gives us an opportunity to do something bigger there than we've ever done. And Reach, of course, it's the Halo franchise, but it's just more of what we love. Bungie's done an amazing job. Really excited for the game. Really excited for what it's going to do for the community and for us. So I think it's kind of a great time to be an MLG fan.
Well, you said that StarCraft 2 is going to do big things for us. It's going to be in Raleigh, our 50th event. It's our 50th event. How significant is that for you?
Well, when you go back in time when Mike and I had first started this thing and we were getting laughed at by people when we said, hey, give us some money, we'll put your brand in front of this community. A lot of people didn't think we'd ever get this far. A lot of people doubted us. So it means a lot to have the history that we have, to have the community that we have, the staff, the people who are part of this company. So it's a milestone. It's pretty humbling. I don't know. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hanging out. I'm looking forward to some of the stuff we've got planned for the community, and I'm going to have my family there. So I can't wait. I can't wait to go on and look back at the 100th event. It's just there's more great stuff to happen, but this one, it's a big deal.
Now, Sundance, speaking of 50 events, I've been there for almost all of them with you, and I have to say, I have a few games in mind that I will always remember from our tournaments. Are there any games or matches that stick out in your mind?
Yeah, I think the 1v1 stuff was always incredible back in the Halo 1 days, but the match for me that I always go back to as an example when I tell stories when I'm out in sales meetings or just talking with friends is it was back when we had STK, which eventually turned into Final Boss, and there was FFA, Team FFA, which was a bunch of guys who'd won individual skill-based 1v1s with us, and it's like Gintron, Zios, Killer, and and there was a final game of a series on Chill Out Slayer. And it was 49-49. Zios had popped out of shotgun room. Clockwork had hit him. He ran back and ran away, and Clockwork chased and ended up shooting at the wrong guy. Zios had ducked around the corner and shot at the wrong guy, and he got demolished.
Bait and switch.
Bait and switch. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it was one of those moments where we didn't have thousands of people in the room back then. It was just maybe a little under 100, but everybody went bananas. Everyone went nuts, and I looked around the crowd, and I was jumping up and down going, oh my God, what happened? Score comes up, because we didn't know who'd won. It was the first time ever you're waiting for the score to come up, and it's like, you know what, this is going to work. Everything that we said we can do with this, we're going to do it. It's a spectator event. Everyone's excited. The energy in the room's incredible. And from that moment on, it was just the vision, the path that we'd always wanted to be on. We realized it was going to work and it was going to happen. So that's the match to me that I go back to the most.
And I'm so happy that it's kind of evolved since then. I have a job as a commentator. Sundance, next question here is from Calvin, who asks, which pro do you think is the future of MLG?
Which pro? That's a good question. This is a difficult answer because in the past it would be easy to say there's a guy that you're going to focus on because there weren't a lot of people playing necessarily. It was about a small group of people that we saw at every event, and they would always excel. And we had teams like STK, and then which was Domination, then Final Boss that just won all the time. Now what we see is as we've grown as a community and as a league, every event we see new faces and new talent. And things like the Doritos Combine and things where we have the ability to kind of recognize new talent have only accelerated that. So you see, right now we have Instinct that's won a couple events in a row, and that's actually pretty shocking because you see everybody beneath them is jumping all over the place. So you get new names like an Enable or a Tots or Maniac or even APG, these guys who come out of nowhere, need attitude adjustments, but are good players. APG. But
called out.
But my point is
he's
like,
real pretty.
He's a good guy. He's gotta calm down. But there's all these guys on these teams, right? That in the past would have been an afterthought. Now can actually they're a threat. And you see these teams coming around. So the old school guys who are still around, like Ogre 2, who's not even the captain of his team anymore, or T Squared, or just these guys who are still hanging on. It's amazing because the future of MLG is this new breed, this stronger bed of competition and talent. And it's exactly what we'd hoped would happen. It took maybe a little longer to find them, but we've got just an incredible future because of these players.
All right, Sundance, last question here is from Adam. It says, first of all, your hair looks awesome.
Well, thank you.
But I want to know, what is the best gamer tag you've ever seen at an MLG event, and what is the best gamer tag that you have ever come up with? He's got some good ones.
All right, so the one that I played with that got banned on Xbox Live was actually Nut Flaps. I don't know what it means, but they banned it for some reason.
You mean Newt Flaps, right?
It was Canute Flaps.
Newt Flaps, yes.
But, and then in terms of the best one I've ever seen, there's so many. And the one that stands out right now, just because he's out there and he's making a lot of noise, is Amish Acorns. I mean, I don't know where this kid came up with it. I love it. He's a good player. But when I first heard it, I was like, for real? And then yeah, he's good. I'm like, okay, yeah. But he is. He's good. And it's just Amish Acorns? Really?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope he never changes it.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, Sundance. That's going to do it.
Guys, Sundance, thanks again. And thank you guys for joining us on our first episode of the all-new Old Spice Report. Coming up next show, we'll take a look at the new Madden game.
Plus, MLG's senior game tester, Killer KC, will stop by to fill us in on what he's been playing.
That's not KC. And of course, guys, we'll fill you in on the latest news from Halo Reach.
And finally, I'd like to leave you guys with some more we found on the computer.
Good night, guys.